Rust is one of the best games I've ever played, and here's why. So, before we dive into my review, let's see what Rust actually is. Rust is another sandbox PvP survival game. I know what you might be thinking, another sandbox game, but man, Rust is a whole different experience. When you start, you wake up on a beach with only a rock and your crusty undies. You gather resources with your trusty rock to make better and stronger tools. And with this power, you can start your adventure in the world of Rust. I absolutely love this game. And if you still don't believe me by my raw playtime I have on this game, I'll explain further. The amount of servers is bonkers, like crazy. Rust welcomes nearly any playstyle you have. Are you a sweaty, trigger-happy pew-pew boy? High-pop servers and PvP servers will fit you. Do you like relaxed gameplay with little worry? Low-pop will satisfy you. Do you need to feed your need to build like Bob the Builder? Low or no upkeep servers should fit the bill. Or maybe you're just this guy. The amount of ways you can progress in this game is huge. The mechanics don't change much from gathering basic things like wood and stone, but then things hit a turn. You realize you can only craft primitive gear like bows, spears, and nail guns. Let's say you want to learn how to craft a shotgun. Sounds simple enough, right? Wrong! You first need to find the item you desire, either by obtaining it from crates, an airdrop, through a scuffle with your enemy player, or from your buddy's chest. When you obtain this item you want to learn how to craft, you need to find a research table and enough scrap to pay the cost of researching it. When you learn how to craft an item, the item you use to research it disappears forever. And when you finally want to craft the item you need the right workbench to do so. This may sound frustrating, but trust me, this difficulty of getting something you want in this game gives you a true sense of accomplishment when you do so. Raiding, or breaking into someone's base, is a very rewarding experience in Rust. Rust is different to most other games when it comes to raiding. Raiding comes as a huge cost. You need to first find the items. You need to research them to learn how to craft them, and then you need to gather lots of materials to craft the tools you need for the job. This price of raiding really makes you think who you want to use your raiding supplies on. So even if you do have an annoying neighbor you want to get rid of, you still need to think about, is it really worth those rockets? Raiding itself is very exhilarating. It gives you this rush of adrenaline, of either the owner being online, being on the lookout to make sure no one kills and takes your explosives, or in general using everything to its full advantage to make sure you don't waste a single rocket or grenade. Even if the raid is a fail, or you don't get too much from the person's boxes, it teaches you how to raid more effectively and how to strengthen your own base so it doesn't get raided in the future. I cannot talk highly enough about the PvP in this game. It is very hard, but very fun too. You may realize that the recoil on the guns seems to be way too high. The damage on the guns are high, but the recoil balances it out. It shows you that spraying people with the weapons that you use doesn't work that well. It also teaches you can't just go in guns blazing or you'll be mowed down within seconds. Rust is an art form. You need to take your time. Here's a small montage of my Rust PvP experience. Of course, every game has its cons. Rust does have its fair share, but there are solutions for most of them. The steep learning curve. This game has a lot you need to learn, either by luck or trial and error. This is sometimes why people decide to drop the game completely. An easy solution, at least for me, was watching tutorials or gameplay from other people that are a lot better than me. This takes out the trial and error and makes the game a lot more enjoyable. The toxic community. Yeah, there's no denying it. Rust has its fair share of crazy 12-year-olds.
Oh, go! Push!
It can be annoying. That's why I recommend to experiment around on different servers until you find the right one for you. The PC requirements. You do require a decent PC to run this game. Even I, which I feel like I have a decently strong PC, can run into FPS drops from time to time. When you do start the game, I advise to look on YouTube for tutorials on how to buff your FPS from 20 to 60. This game fits nearly everyone. The PvP is very challenging and thrilling, the building is the best I've ever seen from any game, and the PvE is a lot better than in other games. The developers are always improving the game, if that's by fixing bugs or adding different features. They are very active and they post small updates every week and a large one every month. I personally love this game, and every time I go on, it's always exciting. Well, most of the time. It matters finding the right server and community for you, as it improves your experience a lot. This game just barely missed 10 out of 10 for me, for the cons I gave. I personally give this game a 9 out of 10.